Welcome to Mdina Malta's Silent City. From golden afternoon light to nightfall, I'm exploring where Game of Thrones was filmed and tasting local food as the sun sets. Let's wander. Another glorious mid-December day here in Malta, and it's my penultimate day here, and I'm going to explore the ancient city of Mdina. And behind me, it's a museum station. This, I'd suggest trying to find somewhere around here to park, because I spent the last 15-20 minutes further up into the town centre trying to find a parking spot, but to no avail. And it's just after 3 p.m. I thought half the people would have gone home by now, but it is a Sunday. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Jeff, if you're watching this, you're going to love this. A camel trophy. Land Rover Discovery Jeep. Right, I've got to walk up this hill, probably take me about 5 minutes, and then I'll be in the main part of the city. So I've now reached the famous Mdina Gate, about to cross its threshold. And in case it looks familiar to you, I think this area was probably used in the likes of Game of Thrones and also Gladiator. So don't quote me on it, because I've not seen those movies and I've yet to see Game of Thrones. And look at that horsey and cart, which has just gone through the gate. Way. I must say, this is epic, absolutely fantastic, and we're just on the edge of it, and there's more to come. And they can't be playing Christmas music in here. Oh, they have to keep with the festivities, I guess. There's a couple of cannons guarding the entrance there, and a nativity scene through that way. Another horsey and carriage. And the driver is sporting a red tracksuit. That's the coolness here. It's a bit early for the Easter bunny. So basically I'm going to wander around as I go along and just make it up. Now, if I have any facts which I'm aware of, I will state them. If not, I will add it later on as dialogue or captions. Oh, they're playing Elton John now, so that's more than enough to get me out of here. So I shall go up these steps and see what's through here. Ah, some courtyard below and a lily pond. I think that suggests further investigation. Oh, just here, have a model version of the ancient city, but they haven't put "You Are Here" on it, which is a bummer. And we're down below, and I'm gonna have a closer look at this lily pond. Are there any fishies in it? Oh, it's actually deeper than I thought. Oh, there's a couple of goldfish there, if you can see them through the murkiness of the water. And now they've gone, they've hidden deep into the depths of that pond. And according to this Palazz Vilhena served as a striking backdrop and a key filming location for the movie Gladiator 2, released in 2024, and there's a still from it. I know parking is at a premium here, but this is ridiculous. You have all these narrow corridors and passageways simply waiting to be explored. And oh, look at that door there. All these ancient doors too. I wonder if that's the original glass or the wood, but that's not. That'll probably be 20th century in the making. And these door knockers, they look like angry dolphins, fat ones, if I'm allowed to use the F word there. One on each side. Also, one thing I've been led to believe is that if you can see the upper balconies there, they have to paint them the same colour as the doorways below. So just outside St. Paul's Cathedral, and we're going to go in, have a look. By the way, St. Paul is a patron saint of Malta, so gotta be quiet now. Here we go. Oh, there must be something going on here. It's as if those chairs are made of glass or something like that. Churches are so magnificent over here. So they have rope across here. I can't cross it without me getting into trouble for it. And that's the bell. And here's their version of a police box, but looks nothing like the TARDIS.
From Rabat. I'm Maltese, originally Maltese, but I live outside in Rabat.
So we've reached one of the viewpoints up here, and let's see what there is to see with my own eyes and no telescopes. I believe way in the distance there, that's St. Paul's Bay where I'm staying. Terrible, these love locks are everywhere. They make the place look so uncouth. So I stopped into Fontanella Tea Garden and have a bit of a light snack. Unfortunately, they're out of pastéis, which go for only 80 cents. So I'm going to have a baked homemade pie instead. I'm going to choose the spinach and tuna pie. And I'm also going to try, instead of cappuccino, where is it? A Maltese coffee. And that's going for €7. And the pie, I believe, was going for $8.50, and that's served with salad and crisps. And while I'm waiting, you have to admire the view, which is in front of me from the terrace, with a gorgeous golden hour light flowing across it, and the temperature is currently 16 Celsius with a light breeze. And that's a view looking towards St. Paul's Bay. So it's arrived, time to tuck in, and as you can see, the layers of it, and I'll just lift the top part off, and you can see right inside a bit of peas, spinach and tuna. So hopefully it's going to be something delicious. Right. Now, a great spinach flavour off it, which is to be expected. Well, Popeye Village is nearby. The crisps there, which are crispy. That is delicious indeed, and I was actually expecting puff pastry for some reason, but it's a different type of pastry. I've never experienced this before, not this pastry. And if I'm not mistaken, there might be some light spices in it too. Right, you can leave me in peace now. And just like that, we've entered the blue hour, and my coffee is here. Maltese coffee, and I'll tell you what's in it. Coffee, obviously, and aniseed liqueur topped with cream. It's been a long time since I've had a coffee with cream on it. And a small wafer here, and that has the name of the establishment on it. So that's pleasant. Look, there's the aniseed star on it, so I'd better taste it. Gonna have to get through that cream first. Oh, I did taste the coffee part. Yeah, definitely. I could taste the aniseed liqueur in it, and that was pleasant indeed. That's actually lovely, and it cost €7. And they're not too hot either. And they're giving you a little biscuit too with it. Oh, right, so that is my early dinner sorted for this evening. I don't think I'll have a huge dinner later on, maybe a light snack, but I'm not going to vlog that. So thank you for joining me for the food here, and after I finish, I'm going to carry on with a walking tour of Mdina. So as I'm walking around, there's plenty of quaint restaurants, cafes, tourist shops, and let's have a peek into this one. And they have vegan options there, but I don't eat vegans much, so that's no good to me. So we'll continue walking this way, and I know it's dark, but this is the evening charm of it now. You have the subtle lighting, and you can admire the lamps as well, the shape of them, almost Victorian in its design. So I'm here on my penultimate day in Malta and I'm going to explore the ancient area. And I'll just lift the top part off and you can see right inside a bit of peas, spinach and tuna. So hopefully it's going to be something delicious.